Hi, in this video we will learn how to create the DTM that you will remember is the digital terrain model. To do it, we need to draw a series of objects on the mesh, such as 3D polylines and points. These lines and polyline and points will be later used in an automatic triangulation process to create the DTM. These objects should be drawn on various layers. I could actually draw them all on the same layer, but this would result in a messy project. Otherwise, if I draw my elements on different layers according to their meaning, the project will be much tidier and easy to manage. For example, in this case, I could make a layer for the basis of this wall, one for its top, one for the bottom of this escarpment, one for its top, one for the perimeter of this church, and so on. When I click on 3D Draw, I will see, at least in this main part of the window, here all the buttons to draw the polylines and points. Here, instead, I will see the buttons to create and manage all the layers. Here in the layers list, I will see at the beginning just one layer, which is named 0 and colored in black. This layer can't be renamed, but I could change its color. For example, I can choose, I know this one. Okay. Well, now I will start creating a new layer. So I click on new. I will choose the normal layer. You will remember from the previous video that a normal layer is where I can draw both polylines and points. Okay, now I need to enter a name for the layer. I will call it roadside. Okay. Now I will set it as current, so all the objects I'm going to draw will end up in this layer. I could also switch it on or off, rename it, change its color, for example. I could choose this one. Okay. I could even choose to delete it if I didn't need it anymore, but before I decide to do so, I should make sure that it doesn't contain any object and it isn't set as current, because otherwise I will see an error message saying that I can delete this layer. Well, now I will start drawing. Before that, I get closer to the road I want to draw. Okay, I'll select the corrector snap. In this case, it's okay, the one based on the interface. So I click on Draw 3D Polyline and start drawing. I use this slider to move the model. Okay, now I'm at the end of the road and I want to stop drawing. So right click. Here I can choose between a close or an open polyline. I could even decide to undo the last polyline vertex here, or to exit the polyline so it will just disappear. In this case, I will choose the open polyline option. Okay, I'll go back to the beginning and start drawing the other side of the road, always on the same layer. Okay, and again, open polyline. Okay, another option is to open or close a polyline. Well, let's suppose to draw another polyline, for instance, around this area full of stones. So I create a new layer. I choose the normal one and name it stones. Okay. Now I set it as current. I change its color, maybe this one. Okay. The OSNAP is fine, so draw a 3D polyline. So let's suppose that by mistake I choose open polyline. Well, I can just select it, click again, right click, and choose close polyline to close it. Vice versa, should I want to open it again, I'll select it, right click, and click on open polyline. Okay, another thing I could do is to move to the object to a current layer. This function is different from the clone function because it doesn't create a copy but just move the object on another layer. Then I could set as current the layer of a selected object. So in this case, the current layer is stones. But I might want to set as current roadside. Well, I'll have to deselect first this one, then select the line of the roadside, which is this one or even this one, it's the same. Then right click and choose set object layer to current. And now, as you can see, the roadside has become the current layer. Now I could even decide to delete the selected object. So I right click and choose delete. Now the program will ask me to confirm it and will specify the number of objects I'm going to delete. This is very important because I might have accidentally selected more than one object, and this way I would find it out. Okay, I say yes. So now you see the object has disappeared. But I can simply undo this command by using the Ctrl-Z function. Okay, and here it is. Well, now there's another function we haven't seen yet, which is the merge polylines to current layer. This function is mainly used when defining a containment layer, so we will see it later. Okay, now I will create 2 more layers and polylines to draw this wall. Okay, first I create 2 new layers. I choose again the normal option. I will name the first one wall edge. Okay. And the second one wall base. Okay, I choose a color for both. In this case, I could choose this green here. Okay, and for the edge, this blue. Okay. Okay, now I choose the wall edge layer, set it as current, draw 3D polyline and start drawing. The OSNAP is fine. And just move it a little bit. Okay. Open polyline. Okay, again, I choose wall base, set as current, draw 3D polyline, and start drawing here. Open Polyline, and here is our wall. Now let's see the model from the top. In the Explore section, I click on Viewpoints and choose the first one among the default views, which is the top one. Okay, I get a little bit closer. It's important to observe here that these two lines do not intersect themselves. That's important in order to avoid the creation of abnormal triangles. And this fact is even more important when defining closed polylines for the model segmentation, because otherwise it would be impossible to create the segmentation. This is a typical limit of the 2.5D models, which are fundamentally 2D representations where each location has been provided with an elevation value. So they cannot represent bumps and hollows, for instance. Okay, now we could try and isolate this field. So I create a new layer, normal layer, named Field Perimeter. Okay. I set it as current and choose a new color, for example, this dark green here. Okay. And now I start drawing. So draw 3D polylines. I get a little bit closer. Okay, and close polyline in this case. Okay, I get a little bit closer to check if the polyline is precise enough. Okay. Then I will need to represent also the surface of the field. And I could do that just drawing some lines identifying the upper and lower parts of the field, or even drawing some vertices. But what's the difference between these two options? Well, if I draw the lines, no triangle will be allowed to cross it. Vice versa, if I draw a point, I just say to the program that that's a location to take into consideration. But I give it no hint on how I want the model to be drawn. So in this case, the best solution might be to create a new layer. I name it Field Elements. Okay. Again, set it as current, change its color, for example, this green here. Okay. Then I draw some lines both on the upper and lower parts of the field. So draw 3D polyline.